Our final presentation is moi, yours truly, and I'm going to be introduced this morning by our darling Lori Nichols, who has written this introduction for me.
I am so excited to introduce Brady Thomas, fine art photographer. Brady's genetics demanded she be an artist. With 4 generations of women illustrators, painters, portraitists, architects and photographers behind her, is it any wonder that she never found happiness in the corporate world? Good thing she finally acknowledged her true calling in her 40s. Brady was born in Barcelona while her father, a champion motorcycle racer, worked for Bultaco. Raised in Long Island in Southern California, where she discovered her love of horses, Brady didn't find home until she moved to the Bay Area in 1988 to go to Cal. She now lives in Oakland with her girl cats and Ken, her husband, and a fellow photographer. Brady loves texting with her mom, rooftop gardening, and takeout picnics with Ken. She also has a deep need for olive oil potato chips. Brady's superpower is honoring her clients with artful portraits they never knew were possible. She would not be able to do that if she did not truly love the long conversations she has with her clients. Without further ado, Brady Thomas of Brady Thomas Photography.
Thank you so much, Lori. I love your introductions. Y'all, if you haven't had an intro done by Laura yet, do it. All right, I'm going to talk a little bit today about the power of portrait photography to change lives. And I'm going to tell you a couple of stories. The first one is about a very, very shy high school graduate I had the pleasure of photographing this past December. And the second is a family photo shoot that I did to support an adoption of a little boy. And I'm going to play a Mother's Day slideshow for y'all. Remember, Mother's Day is in 2 days, everybody. And follow up with BNI headshots. All right. This is Ashley. Ashley came in with her mother in December. Her mother wanted to celebrate her high school reunion with a very special photo shoot. And this kid is so painfully shy and so soft-spoken that our entire consultation was done in a whisper because that's how she talks. And that's how her mother talks too. So I welcomed them into my beautiful studio that is just warm and welcoming, and made them some tea, and we sat down and talked. And as we talked, I discovered that she's got some favorite things in the world. The very first one is her little dog, Sierra. Loves that dog. She likes bubbles, she likes soft natural colors, and she likes flowers. And she's really bookish, which makes sense because she's such a shy, super smart, super shy, very quiet kid. It's a gamer, it turns out, and she's a writer. And specifically, as we talked more, and she opened up a little bit for me, she writes short stories where the protagonist is a young environmentalist who saves the day and loves all things green. And as it turns out, Ashley isn't super impressed with how we adults have managed the planet, and she'd really like to inherit something green and protected. So I've already got 3 shoot rotations in my mind for this kid. We're going to start off with her and her beloved little dog in some casual clothes where she can curl up with Sierra. The second, I offered to let her wear an Edwardian cotton dress that I had purchased at an antique fair a number of years ago, which was a size 0. And I was hoping this tiny 17-year-old would fit in it, and she did. And the third was a shot that I had in mind that I was going to build her a set where she could be enwrapped in some green vines and be a super protector of all things green. So she sent me a Pinterest board of some of the soft colors and makeup that she likes. I advised her, since she didn't have a great green dress to wear for this, to go to Rent the Runway, which is something I advise all my clients to do. And she did, and she went and found this wonderful little dress, and I started crafting these shoot ideas. And so when the time came in for her photo shoot, we were ready to rock and roll. So the first one, no brainer, right? She's hanging out with her dog, Sierra. And this is about all the smiles I got out of this kid all day. She's not a super smiler, and I know that I'm not going to force her to smile for the camera. She's a serious kid. She's bookish and cheesing for the smile. Whole set of images aside from her and Sierra is just not her, and I'm going to honor her for that. Note that I rented a bubble machine for her, so we've got Sierra and bubbles down for this one. The next one, we got her into this antique Edwardian dress, and we have some beautiful portraits of this girl who's very bookish. She loves flowers. I had hair and makeup available for her for the entire day to really pamper her and support her and make sure this experience was as beautiful as the resulting portraits we were able to get for her and her family. And the last one, this was her big environmental power protector green shoot. As soon as she got sort of unstuck with her hair in the middle of the ivy leaves and got her a little bit more into frame, I asked her to go back to the place in her mind where she was writing these stories where she's fiercely protecting the environment. And we got this beautiful image of this 17-year-old. This image is hanging in her home right now, and she gets to see it every day. And it's really changed how she walks and talks and carries herself. And her mother shared with me that she kind of thinks that she looks like a badass in this image, which is not something this kid would ever say about herself prior. And so she walks with a lot more confidence now as a result of this shoot. And I love that I was able to help her shift in some small way and make her voice heard and seen in the world. The second story I'm going to tell you really quickly is about a family shoot where I was hired to come out to do a safe distance family photo shoot, not just to get some great family portraits, but that she needed some supportive images to take to court for the process of adopting this child into their lives. And she's needed shots of him just joyfully being a part of this family to prove their case. So do you think they won their case? Yeah, this child was just formally adopted into their family in April, and they are over the moon and super happy. All right, I've got a slideshow for you. Mother's Day is on Sunday. This is about Mother's Day. Oops. And I'll wrap up by saying thank you so much to everyone in this chapter for your trust and your support and allowing me to create headshots for your business and your social media. These are both referrals and members of this chapter who entrusted me in this last year with your headshots. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all.